counsel, and according to the foreknowledge of God, set everything in motion. And of course, the beauty of Bible study is to see that God, as sovereign that He is, nevertheless let men and nations exercise a free will. And yet here we are, as near as we can tell, nearly 6,000 years from man's beginning, and everything has fallen right in place according to God's timetable. Now, how He does that without making human beings simply robots is beyond our understanding, but it's so factual. We can see it. Everything that was prophesied concerning His first coming were all fulfilled to the last jot and tittle. Everything that has been more or less prophesied concerning the end time, we can now see is falling into place. And it's all according to His timetable, and yet He has never made man or governments just a robot. And so as we consider the subject matter in this half hour, we want to look at the overall scheme of things as God laid it out from eternity past, beginning, of course, with the creation of man. Now, I usually do not like to get involved with controversy as to the origin of the universe. I always say, so what? What difference does it make? The main thing we have to understand is that at some time in the past, God created it out of nothing, and we'll be covering that in the next half hour. But I'm going to put a timeline, as I have called it for the 20-some years I've been teaching. I'm going to put a timeline on the blackboard, and again, I always like to explain why I prefer a blackboard and why I put it on as we go rather than using transparencies and overheads and some of the other technologies. Is that I learned in my college days that if I had a professor who would write the things on the board as he was teaching, then I could identify with it, I could write it in my notes, and I would remember it. And on the other hand,